Comic books tell us stories. They tell us stories about the world, and they tell us stories about ourselves. Tonight, we're going to break down Infinity War and apply it to our everyday lives. Hello everyone, I am Michael, and I help guide people on the evolutionary journey. The stories that comic books tell us are actually about ourselves, and when we break down these comic books, we could see what's playing out in the comic book is also playing out in the world. And some of the characters in the comics, right, these superheroes, the stories about these superheroes, the stories aren't about them, they're about us. And on your journey, you might resonate with certain superheroes. And the reason why that you resonate with these superheroes is because these traits and characteristics, you carry them. They're part of you. They're within your DNA, right? A lot of us hear the phrase, it's in his DNA, right? So, Infinity War is a very important book to break down, especially during this time period. And a lot of people, they saw the movie Marvel's Infinity War. And the concept of Infinity War was kind of showing us the rapture, right? Half of the universal population disappeared, right? And this is showing us what's playing out right now. A lot of times we talk about the 3D to 5D timeline split, right? And when we look at this book here, it says divide and conquer the Infinity War. And we have the greatest superheroes all showing up for the Infinity War. And, you know, we remember that concept. Some of you have read the comics for many years, and some of you are new to these superheroes and all of these stories, and you might have seen the movie Infinity War. And half of the universe's population disappeared, right? Like they went to a different dimension. And we're kind of seeing this play out right now in reality, right? Two different timelines, two different experiences. Some people are experiencing one timeline, and some people are experiencing the snap, right? So, you know, all of these stories that are in comic books, they play out in the world, and they're part of our everyday life experience. And, you know, this is one of my favorite comic book covers, right? This is Infinity War 2. And on the cover, right, you could see it facing off, actually. You see Captain America, and you see the best there is, Wolverine, right? And both of these characters, for example, they represent maybe things that we carry, right? Like Captain America defending people, defending with his shield, right? And Wolverine, right? Resiliency, the best there is, right? Always overcoming the obstacles, always healing himself, right? So when we just look at all the superheroes, they bring a different characteristic. They bring different superpowers. They have a different personality. And you're going to resonate with them because that's what you represent. So all of these comic books, they're telling a story, right? And the story of Infinity War and seeing everyone come together for the greatest show in the universe that's playing out right now, right? Some people aren't aware of it, right? But we're in the end days right now. And this Infinity War is playing out. And all the different, when you read the comics, you're familiar with, you know, maybe superheroes that are in different dimensions, right? All the galactics, they all come together, and they're coming together for the Infinity War. You might have the mutants, right? The DNA is activated, and they are harnessing their own powers, right? So, you know, all of these different concepts, we bring them together, and we see them play out in comic books. And, you know, maybe you're new to comic books. You know, on my journey, I used to love comic books, and superheroes resonated with me. Those that are familiar with the Lightworker journey, you might resonate with different superheroes. And that's because you came here to be a superhero, an authentic superhero, because your abilities lie within the DNA. And all the stories that we hear about these different superheroes, they're actually a microcosm of what's going on with us. It's a representation. Sometimes they take a trait and they really highlight the trait a lot, you know? Like Wolverine, for example, right, has incredible healing ability, right? Can heal from anything. Actually, we can heal from anything, right? You might not be able to cut yourself and heal yourself in seconds, but it's taking all of your gifts that you have and it's bringing it to light. And that's the time period. We're in the time period of light, and all of our DNA is going to be activated, and we're going to be expressing the genes that will express our superpowers. What are your favorite superheroes and what are your favorite superpowers? Leave them in the comments and let us know. But as we start to go through this series of Comic Books Explained, I like to start off with Infinity War because it's actually playing out in our everyday life right now. So many different people, all different colors, classes, and creeds, right? Like the Hopi prophecy, all different abilities, right? That's what the colors, all these energetic colors, right? We're bringing our unique gifts. Just like in Infinity War, everyone has their unique gifts, right? Some superheroes could do, certain things, right? We see Archangel on there. He could fly around. But, not everyone maybe, could fly around. Not everyone could heal, right? Not everyone has these different abilities, right? Thor could lift Mjolnir, right? The god of thunder. He's actually the god of lightning, though. But that's a story for another time, right? And we're going to break them all down. And Infinity War is a representation of what's happening in the world right now. And many of you have been on the journey with me for quite some time, and you're familiar with these phrases, and some people might, be interested in comic books. And, we're taking the two, and that's why the channel is about everyday life concepts that, all people can relate to. And I think every person can relate to comics. We can relate to the superheroes. And all of these superheroes are a representation of the person that we came here to be. If you find this message interesting and you would like to learn more about our reality in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, why don't you click subscribe, give the video a like so it becomes visible to more people, and please share with one other person, because when we all share with one other person, we will rapidly grow our 5D community. Is this the Infinity War that we're going through right now? It might seem dark, it might seem scary, but, things could just change in a snap. The Hermetic principle of rhythm. We should be familiar with all these energies, the universal laws, right? We talk about the universal law of free will. All the superheroes are gathered. We're gathered with 144,000. We're all gathered. All of these ancient texts, right? All the scriptures, all the comic books, they're all telling us a story. And the story that they're actually telling us is helping us remember who we are. And that's why we're doing these comic book series, so that each and every one of us could remember our God-given gifts. Each and every one of us can remember the superhero that lies within us. These superhero abilities, they lie dormant. They're going to be activating, and then we're all going to be expressing the superhero gene. And we're all going to take back control of our everyday lives. Remember, we cannot control what is around us. However, we can control from within. Be conscious that comic books and superheroes are telling us stories about us. Use this to raise your vibration and increase your electromagnetism. Life is so much better when we are all together. If you find this message inspiring or know someone that could benefit from it, please share this message. Dear ones, I am Michael. We are the 144,000 warriors of the rainbow. It is time to take back our everyday lives. Let me know what you think about this one, Light Warriors, and I'll be breaking down many more stories, comic books explained. And all of these stories, they're a representation of what's happening in the world. They're representations of things that we come across in our everyday lives, and it's a representation of the abilities that each and every one of us possess inside. Keep going. Remember that you're the superhero, and the only person that could help you activate your superpowers is yourself. Remember your power. Remember your God-given gifts. It's time to bring forth the victory of the light. I hope that this message was helpful for all of you. Have a great day. Namaste.